Welcome to a very cool day here in New York. At last, it's not like crazy hot 34 degrees Celsius anymore. At last, it's not like 82 degrees, 85 degrees Fahrenheit anymore. This is like maybe in the mid 70s Fahrenheit, 22 degrees Celsius this morning. Very, very good weather at last. Oh, 真的，这地方了。So today, I'm once again here at my favorite neighborhood cafe, my Old Bagels Bagel Cafe, having my usual morning coffee and bagel. If you guys watched my very first episode back in New York, you'll know that this is pretty much my favorite cafe. It's not just for bagel, but if you look down the streets in my immediate neighborhood, there's no other place you can just sit down and have a coffee. This is the only place, I'm telling you guys. Old Bagels. For those of you who have missed my introduction of Old Bagels, take a look at what Old Bagels is like. It's got a very typical layout, typical American deli layout. But what's not typical about this cafe is their daily fresh baked bagel, water bagel, New York water bagel. Okay, now a lot of people, you guys just call this thing a bagel, right? But here they call it a water bagel or water boiled bagel. It's basically how it's made, yeah. So, and therefore I suspect because it's made in a slightly different way. So the bagels that I've had here in New York, it really tastes different from the bagels I've had in other countries. That's the thing, you guys really have to try this if you come. See, just look at that bagel. See how fat it is compared to the bagel you get in your neighborhood, wherever in the world you're watching from right now. I bet the bagels you're getting from your neighborhood is just skinny. Yeah, very skinny. Maybe, excuse me. Maybe you, excuse me. Oh, I'm getting the sesame. Why am I coughing? Because I'm actually eating one right now. You see, there's all kinds of different toppings. Yeah, there's onion, garlic, whole wheat, even egg. That's not a topping, of course. That's made with egg and blueberries. All kinds of topping. And my favorite is the everything. So you have onion, garlic, everything on that bagel. And they make everything fresh here. Whatever you can order, whatever you want in the bagel. So what's my favorite? My favorite is this monster right here. Let me show you guys. Oh my goodness. My favorite is this monster right here. Egg, sausage, bacon, and cheese on an everything bagel. Whoa. Take a look. I have actually had 1/4 of it. Let's see how delicious it looks, right? And then with one hot coffee, man, this is the best combination. This combination is heaven to me. Every time I come to Old Bagels, this is pretty much what I order. And we try to cook up like a name for this because it's quite complex to repeat the whole thing again and again. Anyways, good morning everyone. It's 7 a.m. here in New York City. I am sharing my life with you guys from Flushing of Queens, in between of Flushing Chinatown and Flushing Koreatown. Oh, what's up with this thing? What's up with Flushing Chinatown? What's up with Flushing Koreatown? And what's up with the in-between? Curious to know? Stay tuned as I share this story today. Right, let's get some coffee and some bagel in my system so that I can power myself up. Yes, I look so sleepy. Why? Because I had to wake up at 6 o'clock just to do this thing at 7 o'clock for you guys, okay? Otherwise, I would have just slept all the way to 9, Be grateful, man. Be grateful, Limpeh, doing this live stream for you guys. I'm more grateful for you guys to be watching. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for tuning in all the time. Oh, and Jeannie Jones, Selfish Girl is here. You're from Florida. Welcome, Florida. Hello. Oh, is it still like 3 digits hot in Florida? I heard it's still really hot in Florida. A bite of this with some coffee, this is just heaven. In case you guys wondering why am I having such a huge breakfast, because whenever I come here for bagel, this is not just breakfast. This is bruncher for me. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner all in one. When I come here for bagel, this is the only meal I make all day. Jeannie, yes, I'm about to go for a run at 7 a.m. because it's so hot later. Good morning. Oh, good morning. Yes, it's 7 a.m. here in New York City as well. Sharing my life here with you guys from Flushing, Queens. Selfie girl. Oh, actually, it was really hot until like, I think until like 2 days ago. Yesterday was okay. Today is even better. Today is like I think in the mid 70s right now, 22 degrees Celsius, about probably 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, so it's actually quite okay. New York is okay compared to the West Coast and the southern part right now. I know the south and the west is very hot right now. Like Seattle is crazy. Seattle is seeing like triple digit. In case for all my other viewers from Europe and from Asia, you don't know what triple digit is. We're talking about mid to high, nearly 40 degrees Celsius. Nearly 40 degrees Celsius. That's we're talking about over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, right? Yeah, that's the South Coast. That's in the south, and you know, the West Coast in the Washington D.C. area, the Seattle area. Selfie girl. That seemed like an egg muffin. The food looks good there. Oh, it's not egg muffin. It's actually a bagel. It's my favorite egg, sausage, ham, and cheese on everything bagel. You know, like if you ask me what is my most favorite American food, actually, it has to be this. It has to be the New York water bagel sandwich. Yes. So this is my partner's most favorite food in America. Yeah? Selfie girl, watch your cholesterol. I work out every single day, and mine is a teeny weeny bit high. Too much candy. Oh, well, I'm not that worried because this is actually my bruncher, my only meal of the day. Yeah, I eat very little, so I usually take only one meal a day, and therefore you can pretty much eat whatever you like for that one meal. You know, you don't have to actually watch your cholesterol, because if I don't take this much cholesterol, I'm actually low on cholesterol, too low. Yeah. James, are you still physically active after injury? Oh, very good question. For those of you who don't know what James is talking about, James, I really appreciate it. Like, if you can ask me this question, you have been with me for at least 2 years. 2 years, actually, like early last year, for about 6 months, I was training full-time as a full-time fighter, MMA and Jiu-Jitsu. So I was very active for about 6 months. And then I got injured in my shoulder. Someone broke my shoulder. So I was trying to shoot for World Championship this year, but because of that, the whole dream is over. At my age, you just don't recover from broken shoulders. You can fix it, but even after you fix the broken shoulder, you will not be combat effective anymore. You fix it, you strain it, you'll break again. See, that's the thing. So I can't say I'm active after my injury. Much less active. Honestly, I can't even swing my sword. I can't even lift up my arm without pain right now. So, yes, it's hard. So I really want to encourage you guys. You know, I know these days like BJJ Jiu-Jitsu is like really a hot spot these days. But be very careful. It is a sport where a lot of people will get accidentally injured permanently. So if you do sports like karate or even other like sports like boxing, you don't unless you get concussion, you don't get permanently injured at all. Like you get a broken nose, you fix it. You'll get punched in the face, you get up, the pain goes away, the swelling goes away. But Jiu-Jitsu, BJJ gives you permanent injuries because it breaks your joints. Yeah. Selfie girl, I love buying imposter purse on Canal Street. Oh, I'm not sure if they do that though. I wish they still did that. Oh, really? It was exciting, and I took a lot of selfies. Oh, selfie girl, definitely. Running down the alley and up the fire stairs. Nice. Selfie girl, I love everything bagel. So do I. Honestly, bagel is my single most favorite food in America. I'm not even talking about just New York, you know. Mm-hmm. Very good morning to all my viewers. Thanks for joining me again. For those of you wondering, my live stream happens every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7 to 8 a.m. New York time. So wherever in the world you guys are watching from, take note the timing. James, BJJ is a young man's sport. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a young man's sport. It's also a sport for lucky old men. A lot of old men does BJJ. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a world championship for my age category, right? Yeah. The fact that there's world championship all the way up to 60 plus years old. Yeah, it's not really a young man's. Actually, I would say it's an old man's sport. But the problem is when you spar with young men. See, when you spar with old men, you're fine. But when you spar with young men, they don't know the limits. They treat you like a young man. Or, you know, they get too competitive. Like, we old men, we keep it safe because we're no longer that competitive, yeah? We no longer have to prove ourselves in every single moment of your life. You don't have to try to prove yourself every single thing you do. We just want to have fun. Yeah? But young people know. Young people, they want to prove themselves in every little thing. Even taking one bloody step out the door, they have to do it with certain stuff. They did need to take that step, looking better than their peers or what. You know, like so when you spar with people like that, you get injured very easily. So if you are pretty old like me, and you want to do jiu-jitsu or BJJ, I would say be very careful. Don't spar with young people. Try not to. Don't get paired up with young people. And when you do, just tell your coach, I'm sorry, I don't think I can do young people. That's it. You need to learn how to reject that, because if you don't, you risk getting injured permanently, right? Good selfie. Oh wow, no wonder you're skinny. I can never eat one meal a day. Oh yeah, I didn't go from 3 meals a day to 1 meal a day either. I went from 3 a day to 2 a day to 1 a day. So when I was in my 20s, I eat 3 or 4 meals a day. I eat a lot. But also because when I was in my 20s, I was actually in the Navy. So I was serving in the military. I'm a veteran, by the way. So I needed a lot of food. And then when it comes into my mid-30s, I needed a lot less calories to operate. I was less physically active, so I cut down to just 2 meals a day. And then when I became in my 40s, I found that I needed even less calories, and therefore I cut naturally down to just 1 meal a day. This is all I need. And you know what I love about 1 meal a day? I'm gonna share with you guys. This is the big secret. You want to be happy in life, you need to know this big secret. You know what that is? You eat 3 meals a day, but you watch your calories, you're worried about everything, and you're not eating in any of these 3 meals to your fulfillment. Yes, you're not eating what you really want to eat. Yes. Now, let me tell you a big secret about happiness when it comes to eating. If you just cut that down to 2 meals, you're gonna have a lot more of what you really like. And if you dare to cut it down to 1 meal like me, you're gonna have every single meal is just whatever you like. You can have like 3 steaks if you want. You don't have to count your calories, you don't have to count anything. You know why? Because you can never eat too much more calories than your stomach can take. That's the thing. At one go, at one time. Let me take a bite before I go through the messages again. And once again, thank you guys so much for joining me. Really appreciate it. Excuse my sleepy look because I literally just woke up, okay, just to do this. I had to wake up at like 6 a.m. just to do this at 7 a.m. Okay. Selfie girl. CrossFit people get injured a lot too. Oh yes. Oh yes. See, CrossFit CrossFit is becoming an obsession in most parts of the world. I see it went from a sport to an obsession. Now everybody's trying to look a certain way, trying to win competitions, and therefore pushing themselves too far. And so it went from a really good thing to a really bad thing. I don't know. I can't say good things about CrossFit these days. Selfie go yum. Selfie go have a fabulous day in New York City, and you have a fabulous day in Florida as well. And stay hydrated, stay indoors, stay safe. The heat is but the good thing, the heat kind of receded in the East Coast, right? So Florida should be a lot cooler than last week as well, isn't it? James, so true about 1 meal a day. But when I think I have to gradually reduce the eating window, but I think I have to reduce the eating window instead of going straight to exactly. Like I said, I didn't go from 3 to 4 meals a day straight down to 1 meal. I didn't do that. Okay, to me it was a natural progression. As I aged, it became my habit. So it wasn't really deliberate. If you ask me, it wasn't deliberate. Now, do I still eat for fun? Sometimes I eat for fun. Sometimes I eat more than once a day because if I come across something interesting and I would like to try, I try it. You know, I don't kind of like lock myself down in a certain religious way at all. And so to me, it was more like a natural progression. For those of you new to my channel, I'm born in 1976. I'm actually 46 this year. By Korean age, I'm 48. Yeah. So I find that once I cross 40, my need for calories drop dramatically. But you have to be sensitive enough to feel how much calorie you need on a daily basis. I find that these days the main problem with most people is that they lost the ability to feel and understand how much their body needs. See, that's the problem. And you end up just eating by habit. Now, how do you know if you're eating because you're hungry or you're eating because of habit? Let me challenge you, if you want to know this. If you want to know if you're eating by habit. If you found that you want to eat, pause, sit down, pause, and then mentally go through your body. Look for this. If your stomach, okay, your stomach may be growly, even that's not hunger. Do you feel faint? Do you feel like without more fuel to burn, you cannot perform your next task? I will tell you, most of the time people say that I feel hungry because the stomach is growling. Your stomach growls by habit, by the way, not because of hunger. Hunger is when your body needs more fuel to burn, to operate. But a lot of people these days either eat on the clock, so your body has this bio clock that triggers, it is time to eat. It don't care if you're hungry or not, it just triggers. And you just eat by habit. And second thing, this is also another way a lot of people overeat is this. A lot of people eat because they're bored. When you have nothing to do, you're simsiramen, you just eat. And in Korean we call that ibishimshime. Means what? Means your mouth is bored. And so you need to just eat something. This is a very big problem. I think this is a bigger problem than eating out of habit. A lot of people eat simply because they're bored. Now, if you find that you're eating only because you're bored, it's actually a signal to a much deeper problem. It goes from suddenly an eating problem to a lifestyle problem to a life choice problem. It's that big a deal. If you find that you frequently eat because you're bored, your problem is not with habit anymore. It's a very serious problem. Your problem is with your life choice. Why do I say it's a life choice? Why are you bored? If you are gainfully and actively engaged with life, every moment, this precious being a lifetime, you can never be bored. That's the thing. Bored people, I'm gonna give you the truth out here. I'm throwing out here, okay guys, you like it or not? Bored people make bad life choices. Bored people make very bad life choices, and in fact, people are bored because of bad life choices. Because of how you let your life or design your life or your attitude, everything combined to this moment, this precious time on earth, this precious time where some people dying in the hospital are asking for just one more day, and you are sitting there wasting it away doing nothing and feeling bored and just junking shit into your mouth, right? Yep. This is a very serious problem. If you go from habitual eating to bored eating, it's a very serious problem.
Ham, bacon, egg, cheese on a roll, right? Ham, bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, toasted. Ketchup, mayo.
Selfie girl. That is great advice in your right. And then work out, because exercise is key to life. Yeah. Definitely I'm going to get back to doing some form of physical activity. I don't work out per se because I love martial arts. So I'll probably get back into martial arts, but try to get back into a martial art that my body can take right now. Selfie girl, true. True what? Okay, guys, you have to understand that by the time I see your message, it may be a few minutes later, because if I explain something really long, I'm not looking at the messages, and the messages don't just pop up, you know. Your messages pop up only if I touch the screen. Just say usually when you see me respond to messages is when I do this, right? That's when I'm touching the screen, and I'm doing it right now. James, it's true. Boredom also causes a lot of drug abuse problems, like in Midwest in the USA. Yes. Every form of drug abuse problem, even smoking, is the result of ibishimshime, of a bored mouth. It's all the same cause. That's why I keep saying, when you feel like you eat because you're bored, when you're easily bored, it leads to a lot of problems. That's why I say it's a very deep problem. It is a lifestyle problem, you know. It's a life choice problem, right? Selfie girls are never bored. You know, life is so colorful, so interesting, so every second there's so much to be engaged with, you know, that if you're not engaged in this world actively in a way that you simply do not have the luxury to be bored, you know, then you really have to look at how you live your life and look at your priorities and maybe re-examine what to you is life, you know. Selfie girl. My problem is I can't say no with a friend or neighbor invites me in for a drink. Oh yes, those are fine. When someone invites you, when you're gainfully engaged with people, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's good social. You know, when people treat me to a meal, ask me for a cup or two, I drink, I eat. I don't tell them I'm sorry I had my meal today, so fuck you. You know, I don't do that. We don't have to be religious over things. That's the thing. Now understand that you may adopt a lot of good things in your life, but do not make it a religious thing. Everything good in life becomes a bad thing when you make it a religious thing. I'm gonna say again, and a lot of people don't like this, and that includes religions. When it becomes from a spiritual teaching into a religion, it becomes you know. Don't get religious about things. Know that you're doing on the right track. So I keep telling people, you know, the important thing in life is not exactly what you do from moment to moment, but your direction. The direction is more important than than every step, because you're gonna slip up in your steps somewhere you're gonna take a wrong turn. It's fine, it's all fine getting a wrong turn, being off track from time to time, as long as you're in the right direction. So I keep telling people, you need to have the right direction. That's all you need in life, just the right direction. People ask me, what's my plan, where am I going next, which country I'm going to again next. I said, I don't know. I never plan for stuff like that, but I know my direction in life, and my direction in life is maximizing my experience of life. You know, And that direction, that drives me. Every time when it's time to do something, I know I don't have to plan for it, you know? Wow. Yo, guys, you messages are coming very quickly. Let me have a bite. 맛있네. 엄청. This is my favorite part of eating bagels, you know, like the little sesame here. This is my favorite part. Oh my god. People hate it. My wife hates it when I do this, by the way. 맛있네요. Oh. Okay, let's check some messages. James, yes, selfie girl. Going out to eat and drink with friends is one of the best things to do for me. Yep. Okay, now, James. See, I have a caveat on that. Okay, personally, if it becomes like I have to meet somebody habitually, almost on a daily basis to eat and drink, you know what? Then I adjust my lifestyle so that my only meal is with that person. Yeah. If it becomes a routine, I will adjust my routine to fit. I would not add on to my meals. Selfie girl, love the hustle and bustle of being in New York City. The breakfast shop is packed, or it is packed. Look at that. Look at that. Actually, right now it's not the pack time. The pack time is around 8 a.m. ish. Then this whole place will be packed, all full of people.
Plain bagel toasted.
Oh, GHD! Thank you for buying me my coffee of the day. Wow, Chi, well, you bought me big one, Chi. Thank you for buying me this today. Yeah, well, Chi from Europe, a fellow trader. He's also a trader, a freedom lifestyler. He's all over Europe. And yeah, Chi, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. And welcome back to my live stream. For those of you who love to buy me a coffee, for all this hard work doing this stream for you guys, you can go to the comment section, click on the little S button where you can just drop me a tip, right? Tip is not money. Tip is love. Tip is warmth. Tip is joy, right? I already feel so full of joy because of this $5 tip, and basically it covers. It doesn't cover the whole thing, but cover half of this. Actually things are quite expensive in New York right now. Like this whole set here is about $10. Well, it covers half, and I'm happy. You know, as long as I can get close to break even or close to zero cost doing this, guys. Since I'm not making any money from this, so if I can get close to zero cost, just covering the food and breakfast I eat doing the live stream, I'm happy. You know. And again, welcome back, Chi. Wow, how's the European heat wave? Is it still really hot where you are? Why are you right now, Chi? James, what's the vibe difference between New York and Istanbul? Wow, James, you ask very good questions. James. Now, Istanbul is relaxed to the point where we're looking in Istanbul at inflation rate of 80% versus 10% here in New York City, okay? New York is about 8% inflation. Istanbul it was 80% inflation, but people were walking down the street with a smile on their face. People were still playing Warhammer with me. People were still hanging out in pubs, still having their drinks. But here, people are consistently uptight, consistently nervous, consistently rushing and hustling and bustling. Like what Selfie girl said, hustle and bustle. The hustle and bustle here is real, but the vibe in Istanbul is just chill. It's so chill. It's like imagine the chillest jazz bar in your area, and now expand it to the size of a city. That's what Istanbul feels like. Yeah. I love the vibe in Istanbul, but I'm gonna caveat this. I love the vibe of Istanbul because I am pretty much a retired person. I would say it is not the place to be if you're, if you're young and enterprising, you want to do something with your life. Istanbul is not for you. Istanbul is for old people who want to wind down somewhere cheap and nice. Because Istanbul is so bad for making money. I'm telling you guys this right now. Turkish people are having a hard time right now making money. But even though they're having a hard time making money, life is hard, but their energy is very positive. I don't know, is it because of their brand of Islam? Because I experience Islam in a way that I've not experienced in other places. Their Islam is very different. Yeah. And they're all very happy. Despite hardship, they're happy and friendly and willing to give. I am very impressed with that. Despite hardship, they're giving away free chai to passerbys, to anyone who asks. Oh, it's part of the tradition and culture. I'll say it's their brand of Islam, you know. I'm very impressed. Let me have the last bit of my first half of my bagel. So now I'm having the second half going into the second half of this live stream. For those of you who just rediscovered me or are new to my live stream, it happens now. My new schedule since I moved to New York is Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, 7 to 8 a.m. Okay, 7 to 8 a.m. New York time. Why? Because, okay, let me finish this and then talk about why my schedule is so different right now. Let me finish this bite, have some coffee, and then we'll start part 2 of today's live stream, yeah? Where I'll go out, do the introduction, and go through everything over again and catch up with all your messages, alright? Half my bagel is half the show. So I'm gonna start on the second half soon. So second half of today's live stream. Let's go restart this thing. 안녕하세요. Limpeh Sea, Singapore. 남자입니다. 안녕하세요, 여러분들. Welcome. Good morning. Welcome to a very cool morning here in New York City. Oh, so glad that the heat wave here in New York has subsided over the past 2 days. So it's gone down from like 35, 36 degrees, 37 degrees Celsius down to about right now 22 degrees Celsius. Is very cooling. So for those of you who understand American temperatures, went down from about from the high 80s all the way down to mid 70s right now. But right now, the southern part and the west coast of America is so super hot. Like Washington DC, Seattle right now is above 100 degrees. That's about 40 over degrees Celsius. It's crazy. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong about the conversions, because I'm still not so well versed at the conversion. And here I am in my neighborhood, my humble neighborhood here in Queens, Flushing, Koreatown. Wow, my hair looks like dye, but it's not dye. Yeah? This is my natural hair color. And my favorite place to hang out here, Old Bagels Cafe. Why? Because bagels, New York water bagels, is my all-time favorite American food ever. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Bagel sandwich. Yes. And you know, the cafe is really big. It's been here since the first day. You know, me and my wife, when we first came to this area of Queens, this was the first place we had our first meal. In fact, on this seat right here, me and my wife, we had our first meal on this seat right here. Ran by Chris Shi. I can't, you know, sometimes I'm tempted to call him Chris Sang, you know, but that would be an insult. Chris Shi owns and runs this cafe right now. Been here in New York for over 20 years, from Korea. Speaks pretty much everything I speak, I suppose. And he fresh makes all these bagels, alright? All these bagels fresh made every morning and sold out by afternoon. Pretty much, you know, this cafe don't stay open all the way to night time, even though sometimes I wish it does, you know, because it closes quite early in the afternoon after they sell out the bagels. But you can continue to sell coffee, you know, there's no cafe around. So, you know, people like us, we're looking for a cafe. Yeah, this is pretty much the only place you can sit down and have coffee in my neighborhood. Unless you want to walk another 15 minutes down the other way, then you get Paris baguette, which I showed you guys in my previous episode. So pretty much everything they make in-house here, fresh, made to order. And today I'm having the same thing I have every time I come. Here, my sausage, bacon, egg, and cheese honor everything bagel with coffee, of course. And why do I look like crap? Because this is 7 a.m. in the morning. I woke up at 6 a.m. in the morning just to prepare myself to come here to do this live stream. And I'm not a morning person, as you guys know, right? If you guys, those of you who have been with me for years, you know I am not a morning person, right? So yeah, so I look like crap. It's very hard for me to look my top form this early in the morning, but I know you don't care, I don't care, so who gave an F? Who gave an F how good or bad I look? Oh, but you know, I got a caveat that again. Actually, my wife cares. Yeah, she cares a lot. She wants me to look good. Okay. So I was saying, I wanted to explain why. Maybe I go through the messages first. Go, welcome back. Limpeh, any reason why you're back in New York? Because my wife is in New York. we lived apart for almost 2 years. She here, me in Istanbul because of the lockdown. I say, you know, once America lifted all its lockdowns and I no longer have to take a PCR to fly, I'll be back. And yeah, it did just 2 weekends ago. That's why I'm back. Selfie girl jumps on adventures at the spur of the moment too. I actually have been staying in so many Airbnbs. I changed my travel. Oh, I gotta check out your channel. Right. That's nice. Okay, selfie girl. Right after this, I'm checking out the channel. Right, gonna be subscribing. Right. So guys, selfie girl here is a YouTuber as well, travel blogger. Must be interesting. I've not checked out her channel yet. I'm gonna do so after this live stream. Ginny Jones selfie girl. Okay, I gotta remember because after this chat ends, I won't be able to see the chats anymore. James. Wow, it seems like Istanbul is the best if you're earning USD and spending lira. This is why I keep saying like Istanbul is my heaven. I keep saying Istanbul is the best city I've ever lived in my life, and I've lived in many cities. You know? Istanbul is the best. Why? Because you're getting first world amenities and surroundings and environments at third world prices. To be honest, that's the reason. First world things at third world prices. But I have to caveat this. They say everything comes with a caveat. Because it's too easy to generalize these things. Let me finish my bite. Things were really cheap back in Istanbul when I first arrived in 2020. But it's not that cheap anymore. Due to the 80% inflation over the past 2 years, pretty much the food prices in Istanbul is similar to the food prices in New York right now. Yeah. It's that bad. If I feel pressure if I feel pressure spending in Istanbul, I know the locals are in trouble. The locals make like 300 to 500 US per month, okay? They're in trouble. Lin Chao, welcome back. Okay, Lin Chao, I don't usually eat till noon, but the bagel is tempting me. Oh, Lin Chao is in the East Coast as well, right? But usually I don't do breakfast. I don't eat anything in the morning because I don't do mornings in the first place. I don't wake up early in the morning. But you know, my life here in New York is very different from my life in Europe and in Asia because US market opens in the morning for me now. You know, when I'm in Asia, I typically sleep till afternoon. Okay, I would sleep till afternoon, do whatever I want all through the daytime, and then I'll trade the US market at night. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I'm a professional option trader, yeah. And then I'll sleep around 4 a.m., 5 a.m. ish all the way to afternoon. And then I have the whole day free again. I love trading from Asia, by the way. And then in Europe, US market opens for me in the afternoon. So usually I can sleep till about 10. So remember, you know, when I first started this live stream, I was streaming at about 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. Turkish time, because that's about when I wake up. Now here in New York, US market opens at 9:30 a.m. for me. So I have to wake up very early. So you see, my whole lifestyle, depending on which time zone I live in, is pretty much decided by the timing of the US market. And my life here in New York, I'm gonna tell you guys this, it's a much less interesting than Europe and Asia. Simply because I don't have my daytime free anymore. And I don't do nights, I don't hang out nights, I don't do clubs and stuff like that. Yeah, so there you go. That's why, you know, I have to do this live stream early, 7 to 8. I can't go beyond 8 because I have to prepare for work. So usually, just to answer Lin Chao's question, so usually I don't eat in the morning either. I usually eat, I used to, in Asia and as well as in Europe, I usually eat about 2 p.m. Yeah, that's usually when I eat my one meal a day, 2 p.m. But now I'll just make do, you know, whenever I eat, I eat. Anthony Nobles, welcome. Anthony, you know, I've seen you for so long. I don't know where you're watching from. Where are you watching from, Anthony? You've followed me for so long. I've seen your name for so long. You know, it's time to know more about you. Where are you watching from? In case you guys wondering, what am I doing licking my own finger? This is what my favorite part of eating bagels is the seeds. You know, my wife hates it when I do something like that. To me, the suckling the seeds is the best part. But the seeds get to my throat a lot. I keep coughing. Selfie girl, thank you for demonstrating for me how to do a live video on YouTube. I've only tried it twice and I've done about 250 videos. Nice, nice. I'm gonna check out your channel after this, Selfie girl. Gee, oh. I like the trading hours in Dubai and Southeast Asia. Excuse me. Oh, the seeds is getting to me. German market starts in the late afternoon and US markets in the evening, so you have half a day or even the whole day free. Yeah. But only traders like us know, yeah, how these timings affect our lifestyle in different places, you know. Like moving different countries for traders like us, yeah. You literally live a different life because of these timings, yeah. A lot of people don't know this. This is the insider story of professional stock market traders like us. Selfie girl, I'm sweating in St. Augustine, Florida, trying to run and walk. Selfie girl, you really livening up my walk and run. Thank you. I'm glad. You know, like I always say, you know, people ask me, so I'm not making money from doing this live stream. So why in the world am I even doing it in the first place? Why put in so much effort? I like sharing, and I like sharing that energy with people. But I believe you don't change the world by inventing the next big thing. You change the world by making happy people one at a time. And if I can make one more person out there happy today, that person is gonna affect the next and the next and the next. That's how you make the world a better place. And that's what they call karma. Lin Chao, I'm in Indiana. So not too far away, yeah. Not too far off, exactly, yeah. But Indiana is having the heat wave right now as well, isn't it? 3 digits, yes or no? I feel that inflation in the Midwest is worse because of our cost of living was much lower. So many things here have almost doubled in price, especially food. Like back in Istanbul, food in Istanbul pretty much almost tripled in price for me. Tripled. when I first arrived in Istanbul in 2020 versus when I left Istanbul just 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks, actually 2 weeks ago. I've been here, no, 1.5 weeks ago. I only been back for 1 week and 1 day. So 1 week ago, the difference in the food price is about 3 times. You know, so basically,
And the chicken and egg, right? Okay, I'm gonna make it.
when I first arrived in Istanbul, I can have a very decent, I can have a very decent meal for just about $2 to $3. By the time I left Istanbul, that same meal cost me about $10 or more. Yeah, that's how much. We talk about inflation. That's real inflation there. We're not talking about something going from $2 to $2.50. Okay, I'm talking about doubling or tripling of prices. It's crazy. For those of you who just joined me in my live stream, welcome. In case you're wondering what the hell this thing is all about. This is a live stream where every day, or not every day, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. New York time, I grab a coffee and then share with you guys what my life here in New York is like. I only moved back to New York 1 week ago. I also share with you guys my adventures around the world and what I learned along the way. I learned a lot of stuff, right? And in fact, you know, like some of you have been asking me, like, I should become a life coach, yeah? I know you guys told me that about sometime last year. I gave it a thought actually. I was thinking about doing this life coach thing all year and wondering what it's about. And I think I decided to start. So if you look at my Instagram, you see life coach, yeah, life coach. And I'm setting up a new Facebook page for my life coaching. So I'm still in the process of doing that. So if you guys want to run your life issues or problems through me, you can do so in my new Facebook page, Limpeh's Life Coaching. When I set it up, I'll announce it through the live stream and through the communities as well. So stay tuned for that. So I really hope that, because through this live stream, I cannot give very personalized kind of thing, you know, because I don't know your situations. But through the live coaching page, where I can know more about your individual situations, that I'll be able to give better suggestions and advice, or you know, how those situations had been for me in the past and how I worked through them. You know, every issue from beauty, anti-aging, investments, everything. Pretty much everything in life I can talk about. That's why I call it life coaching, right? Not just wealth coaching. A lot of people think, now, I was a wealth coach. I was a wealth coach for a very long time, but I'm never a life coach. So go triple, what the fuck? Yes. So, and you guys complain about 10% or 8% inflation. Oh, I experienced doubling and tripling of prices. I'll tell you guys, you know, the so-called inflation you guys are complaining about right now is nothing. It's nothing. You can still afford it. You're just complaining about it. The situation out there in the world right now is that there are countries, including Istanbul where I came from, where prices have doubled and tripled to such an extent that actual normal everyday people cannot afford to have food. Okay? Now that's a real catastrophe. You know, most people I hear about complaining about inflation, you can still afford it. Nothing to complain. Why are you trying to hoard money? Money is the last thing is the most worthless thing to hoard, by the way. I always tell people, you know, how do you gauge? Okay, I'm going to give you guys the big one today. Right? How do you gauge if you're success or failure in life? How do you gauge if you are success or failure in life? I'm gonna give you, I have many measures. But I'm gonna give you one of my favorite measures. It's just this. Are you ready? The amount of money you have sitting in your bank when you die is how much of a failure you have been. You have failed to live your life to the maximum of your financial capability. You have failed to give back to people. You have failed to help people to whom that money would have mean a lot more than you sitting in the bank. You have failed to provide for people. You have failed to provide for the world, and therefore the amount of money you have sitting in your bank by the time you die is the degree to which you have failed in life. Let that sink in a little bit while I have coffee. I'm gonna say again, the degree in which you have failed in life is the amount of money that you have left sitting in your bank when you die. That's one of my measures. Of course, there are exceptions. There are people who just simply don't have money. I'm not talking about that kind of situation. Oh, J Park! Oh, welcome back. Hi, Limpeh. Nice to meet you again from Singapore. Yes. Oh, Hosebo. Hi, Linkopi, Jakopi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have only like 8 more minutes on today's show. Just an announcement again. My live show happens Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. New York time, right? And also, just like you guys suggest me to do, I have embarked on starting to do my live coaching program, which is free. You don't have to pay me anything. I'm making up a Facebook page for that. I'm still in the process. So if you guys are interested or getting onto my pilot program, I'm just starting off. I've never been a life coach. I've been a wealth coach for a long time. I've taught options trading and money making for a long time. But I've never been a life coach. Like you said, so you guys suggested that I should do life coaching so that give more personalized and individualized suggestions and advice. So I am. So if you guys want to get on my first program, I have no idea what it's going to be like. I have no idea how to do this, okay? But if you would like to be on it, do drop me a message on my Instagram, Limpeh_in_soul, alright? And if you guys are wondering what I have for breakfast today, boom! Do rewatch the past 50 minutes of today's live stream where I show you guys this amazing cafe, one of my favorite hangouts here, and what I have today. And what else? Oh, slipped my mind. A lot of things going on. Coming back to New York, a lot of things going on. Selfie girl. Happiness and a happy heart will help you live longer, and you're contributing with a show. I'm glad. Today my job on earth is done because I made some people happy. To me, I have no longer anything more meaningful to life to do in life in this one day than this. Oh, Elma, hi.
Starbucks coffee, I don't think you want.
Go, how much is that meal? Yep, like I said, this meal here cost me about $10 US dollars. Alright. So once again, I would like to thank CHT very much for buying me coffee for the day for the $5 tip. If you guys want to buy my coffee for the day or cover the cost of my breakfast for the day, do go to the comment section and click on the little S button, right? Like I try to operate this thing at close to zero cost as possible because I'm literally making no money from this, right? And I don't seek to like get rich off of this or make money off of this, or just help me to keep this at zero cost. I'll appreciate it, right? J Park, any method to gain wealth if you're underage, you're only 16? Oh, I'm going to give you the one big way, right? How you become wealthy when you're 16? What do you do when you're 16 in order to become wealthy? I'm going to give it to you right now. Are you ready? Study hard. See, every fake wealth guru out there will tell you to abandon your school. School sucks. School is a lie. That you have to go out and start some business. Okay, those are fake gurus. I'm going to give you the real guru advice. Okay, the real guru whom you have seen live the incredible life, rather than fake gurus with fake photos always in one place. Okay, I'm going to give you the real guru advice. Study hard. Study hard. Get a good degree. Even if you do not intend to pursue a job, I've never had a job, but I have a good degree. Why? Because a good education, a good degree give you two very important things that would contribute greatly to your success later in life. Number one, it gives you the quality as a person. It gives you, it holds you up as a person of quality. I'm not saying that people without school have no quality, but I'm saying the kind, in terms of your expression, it allows you to carry yourself better in higher society, and that prepares you a lot for what you might want to be doing in future. Presentation skills, planning skills, all these things you get from having a good education. Okay, all essential for success, whether or not you choose to do your own business, or whether or not you choose to do to get a job. Second thing, very important, why you need a good degree is, if you ever intend to live outside of your home country, in any country of your choice, you want to live your dream, you need a good degree. Why? Because you're not going to get your green card or a good job overseas without a good degree. Okay? Every single country, when they employ foreigners, they want a good degree. I'm sorry, you cannot go around that. Okay? I would not have been able to live in half the countries I have if not for my degree. Okay, that you can't even work in China without a master's degree these days. Okay, I'm telling you that. You want to work in China? Get a master's degree. That's the minimum right now for foreigners. Yeah. So, the most meaningful thing you can do right now, J-pop, study your ass off. I'm telling you, study your ass off. There is nothing more meaningful you can do with your life right now. Whatever little bit of money you do, trying to do a part-time job, unless your family really needs it, those money is so insignificant, it doesn't change your life. You're basically just wasting your time trying to buy your new iPhone. I'm telling you, you can live without that iPhone. Use your time more meaningfully. Study hard. It really works. This is the real guru advice. How to know if a wealth coach is a real guru or a fake guru? I'm going to tell you guys how to differentiate. All fake gurus tell you school sucks. All fake guru tells you not to study hard. Only real gurus like me will tell you how important getting a good degree is, okay? I'm telling you how, those fake gurus will tell you that you don't need a good degree in life. They never even been outside of their hometown. They never even been outside of the home country, I'm telling you that. Because if you've ever lived anywhere outside your own country, you know how important that degree is. Those fake guys, huh? Fake. J-pop, thanks. It's just studying here in SG is damn stressful. It's damn stressful anywhere. It's stressful in Korea. It's stressful everywhere. Well, and I think learning how to manage that stress is part of the purpose of education. Because life is going to be stressful. Everything you're going to be doing from this point forward is going to be stressful. And I think if there's nothing else to take away from school, if you remember nothing about your curriculum, like me, I forgot everything. I even forget how to balance a balance sheet. And I'm an accountancy student. You know, if there's nothing else to take away from a proper education, is this: the management skill, the self-management skill, how you manage stress, how you manage your time, how you manage your priorities. All these things will stick with you all your life. And to me, that is the big takeaway of studying. And therefore, in order to achieve that kind of goal, it has to be stressful. It has to be difficult. Do not expect it to be easy, because life is not gonna be easy. Okay? With that note, I'll end today's live stream. Once again, I want to thank all of you for joining me again today. All my old friends, returning Elma, people who are rediscovering me, my old friends, and thanks again, once again, to GHT for today's tip, for buying me my coffee for today. Actually, $5. $5, you're buying half of my bagel and the coffee. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. And yeah, see you guys again next week, Tuesday. You might be wondering why not tomorrow? Why? Because tomorrow is Friday. I want to sleep late on Fridays. And weekends, I don't want to wake up early on weekends. And Monday mornings is very busy time for me in the US market. That's why I'm only doing this on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, 7 to 8 a.m. New York time. See you guys next week. Have a really great weekend and a great day ahead. Annyeong!
Yeah.
Like pizza, one plain bagel with butter.